Great, so just get comfortable and grab a drink, cup of tea, lovely glass of water, and it'd be great if you're in a quiet space, uninterrupted, just to really absorb this tonight. Great. And what I'll just keep everybody muted too. And we'll just wait another minute or so. A few people are still logging on. And a pen and paper, just grabbing a pen and paper. We're going to just be doing a little bit of self-reflection writing. So I suggest that you have that. Okay. So we've got a couple of people who were here last week and a few new people. So welcome everybody. So what I will do is we're going to continue on from last week's session, but I will recap a few things because tonight's really about further reinforcing our dreams, our creativity, and our self-expression. So what we might just do while we're waiting for a few more people to join, so let's just come into the space, just take a nice deep breath in. I like to let out a few big sighs. Just letting the day go. And just settling into your chair. And even just softening your jaw. Softening your throat. Softening the neck. Softening your shoulders. And just spending a few breaths feeling the air moving in your body and then gently moving out. Just really coming into the space tonight and setting a little intention for yourself of just whatever it is that you would like to set, what had brought you here, just allowing some of that to come to the surface, asking yourself why you're here and what you'd like to receive any answers to tonight, setting that. Great. So you can just continue to sit in stillness or in this quiet way with your eyes open or closed. It's up to you. I'm just going to talk a little bit and then we'll get into some writing and some exercises. Okay, so welcome to those who are joining us for the first time, and welcome back those who were with us for part one last week, which was really wonderful. I had some wonderful feedback in the sense that, you know, people were sharing with me that they had really discovered some new ideas, new dreams, and it was quite enlightening and quite awakening. And that's what we want. That's what we're really here for tonight. So is that really, just give me a show of hands, is that what we're mostly here for tonight? Just to see what could unfold. Yeah, lovely, great. So we don't know what's going to unfold, and that's the wonderful thing about it, to be how, you know, just to be in this space of just mystery. And so I'm just asking you just to allow that, just because you don't know what might show up tonight. You know, you might have a clear idea of what you think you want to show up, but something else entirely might show up. So being open to that as well, because that's often what does happen. So last week we focused on really dreaming and really feeling into the dream. And one of the most important things that we talked about was holding that energetic charge for our dreams. And that's perhaps one of the most important things. So holding our energetic charge is really something that we want to do in a really positive way. So in the sense that it's joyous, that we have these dreams and that we feel a sense of a sense of joy about it. And that's a really important state to be in. So we light the spark of our dream, and then we hold it joyously. And then in that joy, we can take action. And that's a big part of it. There's no point having our dreams if we're not really acting on them. And that can be very non-specific, you know. We often have to just follow the path and follow the unknown to where we want to go, and let things be revealed to us. And then the final thing I would say is then just letting it go, having the dreams and then letting it go. And that's really where the trust and the faith kind of comes in. Okay, so that's my belief, that there's those three important stages that we've got to really light the spark. We've got to really get clear on our desires and what we want. We've got to really keep holding that joyous, energetic charge on what our dreams are, without letting our negative voices in our life or in our head get in our way. And then be prepared to kind of just let it go, and let it go, and let it flow into you, rather than you fighting to get it. So to give you sort of like an example of I'm going to share a few things, you know, about my life. You know, I know one of my lifelong dreams was to write my own book. And in the last 12 months, I have written my own book. But it was really challenging. It was super challenging because the voices in my head got in the way. And the voices in my head were, oh, this is, oops, sorry, I've just got a call coming in here. The voices in my head were like, this is a huge task. This is a huge project. This is going to take forever. And that sense that I had of I don't have much time to do it. I don't even know what I'm really writing about because I was just trying to let it flow and unfold. And and the other thing that came up for me, through that time was I feel like I like to have a sense of success, like that I do something and I get a result and it's success. And I never like it to be failure. And that's something that was really revealed to me quite strongly, because that belief, that inner belief that I had in me, was the thing that was providing a lot of resistance for me just to sit down and get my book done. And so that resistance was sucking the life force and the joy out of. Sorry, somebody's trying to call me and interrupting that. So that was kind of sucking the life force out of the joy, what should have been a really joyous thing to write my book. And so that's just an example how we let things get in the way. Yeah. But at the same time, that really needed to happen, because I needed to bring that belief that I have in my life to the forefront of my awareness. Like, I really needed to be able to get over the fact that I don't like to fail and that I like to get things done and have immediate results. Um and that, that really stifles creativity. I don't know, would you agree that, getting successful results isn't really what creativity is about? So I'm glad that came up, as painful as it was, because it was really, creating a real load on my shoulders, for most of the year and getting it done. So in a way, we need to step into our dreams and step into what we really want, but no one's ever said that it's going to be easy, and that's a big part of it. So holding that joyous, energetic charge isn't necessarily staying in a state of joy the whole time, isn't it? It's really about, oh, allow stuff to come up because it's time for it to come up, and for me to clear it and be done with that kind of belief that's running my life. So what that has now helped me do is actually be able to sit there in a state of joy and actually now know, okay, it's okay for me to sit down and write my book and bring the joy back into that by letting that go. So I think that's, those kind of blocks are always going to come up. And that's the joy of following our heart's desire, that we learn to step over those hurdles. The other thing too is just to, in the letting go process, it's about not having this tight grip on what we want. Oh, geez, sorry. I'll just switch my phone off. So it's quite amazing how your phone never rings, like, for a whole week. And when you're doing a live, does anyone else have that happen? It's like the phone never rings anymore, no one calls, and suddenly someone's calling me 3 times in the middle of a live live class. Okay, my phone is off. Okay, so okay, so it's just not having this tight grip. So in order to manifest our dreams, we don't want to have a tight grip on the result, So my dream with my book is to sell 1 million copies. That would be a wonderful, I know that's a very bold, huge dream, but I would love that. I would love it if it could sell that many. But I'm not going to grip onto that and hold that, for myself too tightly. because that is what can also stifle that from happening. So one of the stories I shared last week, which I might just quickly share again with everyone because there's a few new people here tonight, is it's like that story I told when I, was a little girl, a very young little girl watching at home on her television, watching, carols by candlelight. Every year I would sit there and I would just stare at the television, dreaming of being on that stage. Like I was like, I want to be up there. And, this was even long before I even started having singing lessons or even knew that I could sing. And that dream is something that I held with so much joy, because what was a part of that was, oh yeah, that means I do want to sing. And so I followed the breadcrumbs to learn how to sing. And I loved singing, so I practiced all the time. And I always made sure I had, money to pay for my singing lessons, and sometimes twice a week because I was obsessed. And so I just kept following all of those little breadcrumbs, to that dream. But quite frankly, I'd forgotten all about carols by candlelight. I mean, I wasn't, sitting there holding it, but it was a very clear and joyous dream that I held for myself. And, it wasn't until, 25 years later that, somebody who had watched me on that journey of constantly putting myself out there, constantly getting up on the stage every time I had an opportunity to share my voice and to practice my craft and to become an expert at it. And then she came into my life, and then she introduced me to the producer of, Channel 9 Carols by Candlelight. And before you knew it, there I was going, oh, I'd forgotten about this dream, but here it is. It's just landed in my lap. And so it's going to come many ways. And I'm not saying everyone has to wait 25 years for their dream to come true, but there's many examples of dreams that have just literally happened overnight that I could talk about. But it's holding, it's staying true to who am I, what do I love, what's my desire. My desire was just at that time, I just want to sing, I just want to sing, I just want to sing all the time. And no matter what people said to me, or every sort of audition that I may have failed, or every gig that I didn't get, or those times where I really didn't do well on stage and I didn't sing well at all, and all those sorts of things, I just never really let them stand in my way. So that was the constantly moving towards the dream. But the only reason why we may struggle to have our dreams come true is because of fear. Okay, so some of us have a little bit of a fear of not having the dream come true. But some of us also have a fear of the dream coming true. And I'm just wondering, if you just stop and think for yourself for a moment, are you really more fearful of that it won't come true and that you won't have it, or that you will and that it might be, too much or too big or overwhelming? Just take a moment just to feel into that, because these, I know in some areas of my life, it's a really, there is a lot of fear of not having something, and yet in others it seems scary to actually have it. So in some way, I'm sometimes stopping myself from being able to have what I want because of that fear. And the fear is very real for everybody. But ultimately, it comes down to choice. So we can listen to the fear, or we can listen to love. What do I love? We can follow fear, or we can follow love. Because the dream's always there. You know, what we want and what we desire, it's always there. Does anybody have some yearnings inside them that there's something that they really want to do with their life? Just give me a show of hands if that's you. There are a few things there? Yeah. Okay, so we all have that. And it just never goes away. It's kind of not a choice. It's kind of planted in us. And you know, we have to honor that. So my belief is that, you know, if you can imagine it, then you can create it. And creating it requires you to follow love and to be courageous and to kick fear in the butt. And then that's how ultimately we live a fulfilled life, to listen to our heart and our desire and follow our truth. So what I want to focus on tonight is listening more to our body, because it's our body that speaks, you know, a language of its own. And connecting with your, you know, the innate intelligence of your body will help you find your expression. It helps us find our expression. Our body has its own language. And sadly, you know, many of us were trained away from that language early in life. But luckily we can, you know, reacquire that language and start to tune into that a lot more. So this is about learning to how to play again and how to listen to your body again. Because our body, it contains wonderful gifts, incredible skills, and an absolute inner genius within all of us. And it's those gifts, skills, and genius are not something that you can attain, you know, get any place else. You know, it's about respecting, okay, that's who I am, that's what I want, and showing up and honoring that. And that's when we change our lives. So let's dive into a little bit about our dreams and what might be standing in our way, because that's what we want to get clear of, isn't it? So I know that with one of my dreams, I know one of my dreams is to one day, you know, live quite a philanthropic life. You know, I would love to be able to be in a position where I could just help people for the greater good, you know, and particularly, you know, people who are, you know, less represented and who have, you know, who just don't have opportunities that somebody like me would have. And that's something that I've had that in me since I was a little girl, and it's still there. So I'm at the point now where I just know it's going to happen because it's still there since I was a little girl. And you know, more recently it started to get stronger again. And you know, I just have to learn that I can't deny that. But if I listen to my head, let's run through all the things that, you know, tell me that that's not going to be possible. So first of all, it's like, well, I don't even know how to do that. You know, I don't even know how to. I would love to be able to build you know, schools or places for people to gather and to go to be educated, or to, you know, to experience things, have you know, I see kind of buildings or something like that. That's something that I visualize, and where people can come and be supported. And yet it's like, well, how on earth would that ever happen? I don't even know how to get that something like that off the ground. It's like, my mind is saying I'm going to need a lot of money to do that one day, and I have no idea where all this money is going to come from, except from maybe the sale of my 1,000,000 books, and and um, like, these are all the things that I'm just sitting here going, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't know anything about building schools, and yet, if I allow myself to listen to those voices in my head, I would just think I'm crazy. Or if I'm, probably telling you, you might think that I'm crazy, but I just know it's going to happen one day. So I want you to just take a moment to think about, your dreams. Think about your dreams. And it can be big, it can be small. Okay, so it can be anything, and it can be about,
I didn't get
oops,
that. Could you try again?
Siri. So it can be a series, obviously wanting to dream as well. Um, think about your dreams, and if we were to write a list of fears, what would those fears be? So just take a moment just to tune in and just get honest. Get really honest and clear with yourself. And I'm just going to give you a few minutes to write. And I would suggest picking a dream that that is holding a really big charge, at the moment. It's something that you really, really want, that's really coming to the surface, or that's really present. I know for me, that dream would be quite overwhelming. I just, it would almost overwhelm me to think of the size of fulfilling that dream. Like, how would I get a team? Or how would I learn how to do it? Or where would I start? Do I even have what it takes? Some of the things that come up for our dreams is I I'm not ready. I'm just clearly not ready for this. Like it might take me years to build up the skill to be able to to achieve what I want to achieve, or time, resources, money. There are always blocks that tend to come up. Sometimes there's people in our lives that can stop us, because not because they're trying to stop us or shut us down, but because sometimes we just don't feel like we should because it's taking us away from them, or putting our attention on ourselves. How could we? Maybe you think that's something that's selfish, or all of these things. Just get them down on paper. So have we all kind of got a little list? Just give me a little thumbs up if you need a little bit more time to write. Great, thanks. So when we're not really in an embodied state, like when we're what I call up in our head about, or our busy monkey mind that's constantly telling us these stories. When we're in that type of state, then that state is going to bring us further and further away from lighting the spark, from taking action, from holding the energy. Yeah, it's that kind of busy head monkey mind is going to take us away from that. But then what I would like you to do is to shift that focus from, and I call that, an outer body experience. Because for me, if I'm in my head and my mind, my busy mind full of, the negativity, the self-talk, the self-doubt, the procrastination, and all of those things, the fear, then I don't even feel like I'm connected to the dream. I feel a million miles away from it. Whereas if I can actually learn to come home into my body and just feel into it, then we can actually experience something a lot different. So I'm just going to take you through that right now. So I just invite you to drop your pen and just to close your eyes and just to bring your awareness into your body. And you may feel that coming into the heart is a good place to bring your awareness into your body. Or some people like to bring their awareness more into their belly. So just feel into where in your body you want to bring your awareness right now. And even perhaps asking your body, that innate intelligence of the body, where is my dream stored inside of me right now? Or what I want for my life, or what my next steps to be. And some of you may be even up in the head a little bit more, but sort of deep back into the head. So bring your awareness even behind your eyes. So just taking a moment to intuitively feel, where is that for me? Where is what I want now, what I want next, what I desire. Where is that stored in my body? And just allow yourself to just find its way there. And then I just invite you, wherever you are in your body, just to bring your awareness close towards your spine. So sort of right down the back of your body, or the middle of your body, just feeling into that part of your body. So you're almost going deeper, deeper into the body, as deep as you can go. And then just sensing that an energetic point in the body where you can find that very deep part of yourself, that there's almost a still point. And then if you're not quite still in your body, just bring your awareness closer towards your spine. Maybe you might move your awareness a little lower or a little higher. Just follow that vertical line through the body to feel, where is my anchor point, my still point right now. And then just asking your body, what is here? What dreams do I have? Maybe something that you're already aware of. You may just feel even something a little surprising or unexpected. Just allow some of those dreams or thoughts from the deeper part of you, the still point, to just come to the surface. Asking yourself, what do I want? What do I really, really want? Just following that creative spark as well. Just awakening the creative spark, the creative side of ourselves, just welcoming that tonight. If I could just get my creative juices going in my body right now, that the energy of creativity. What is it that I dream about, that I want, that my soul calls for, or wants to come into my awareness right now? So just staying really present with whatever comes, and just keeping your eyes closed, just give me a gentle nod if you feel like you've got something there. Great. So now I want you to visualize that dream. Visualize it coming. See yourself stepping into the dream. Whatever it could be. It could be the dream job, or or something about a relationship, or stepping onto the stage, or starting up some new venture, just picking up a hobby again. And really see yourself stepping into that. And just notice how you feel as you really step into it. And just notice if this feels really good, or it feels actually a little bit uncomfortable, or if there's a little bit of uncertainty or a little bit of wavering. Just notice that too. Because often the things that we want the most are the things that stir us the most. So just notice that. And if it does make you feel that way, just notice, how does it make you feel to step out of your comfort zone and into this? So this is the spark of the dream, the desire. How does it make you feel to step out of your comfort zone? Just noticing. And then just noticing, what would you really have to believe in order for this dream to come true? What would you really have to believe in order for this dream to come true? And just gently picking up your pen and just writing down, what would you have to believe in order for this dream to come true, for you to step into your dream? Just allowing your body to talk to you. What would you have to believe in order for this dream to come true? So this is our stepping into love. What would you have to believe now in order for this dream to come true? What is true for you? What would you have to believe in order for this dream to come true? Okay, now the next question. What kind of person feels this way? So it's just elaborating a little bit more on the last question. What kind of person feels this way? Who is this person that you need to become? What kind of person? And what does this mean about you? What does this actually mean about you? Maybe there's some truths you have to face. Maybe you realize that you're in your head more than your body. So you're in your way a little bit. Maybe you're realizing it's time. Take the brakes off. Just write, whatever comes. What does this mean about you? And be specific if you have to. Be very specific. I need to wake up every day and spend the first 10 minutes of my day just in a dream state, holding the energetic charge of my dream. And then answering the question, maybe some of you need to ask this question: what will others think about you? And you may be thinking about, your close relationships. You might be thinking about clients, or you might be thinking about people in general. What will others think about you? And then just one more question, if this feels relevant to you, but what does this mean about life? Maybe you approach that as a bigger question. What does this mean about life? Or what does this mean about my life? What does this mean about life? My beliefs. The bigger picture for me. Just allow yourself to write freely. Just let it all pour onto the page. Great. So something that I invited people to do last week was, if you want to put your hand up and share, just to give voice to what's showing up for you, or you want to state and declare what your dream is, to start giving it some spark, some energy, and to allow others to just hold that space for you as you voice it. Feel free to put your hand up and share if you want. I won't ask everybody, but if you want to. Taking that courageous step to voice our dreams. And just pop your hand up if you want to share. And great, okay. Charlotte.
Yes, hello everyone. Just like you said about your vision of singing at Candles by Candlelight, I've had this for years, just this vision pop up in my head about me talking on stage. I've never really been clear about what, but almost a secret dream I've been wanting to talk about. Similar things to what you're saying now, and just how much we can do with our own thinking, and how that is the root to everything. And what I've come into this last year is I say the brain is my hobby. It's really fascinating, and I have come to it both from like a new age kind of way, but also I study books about neuroscience and the brain plasticity. So I want to bring more of the, not the science to it, but to say that this is actually real. It's not woo-hoo. This is what happens, and this is what we can do about it. And I think we are all so powerful. We have so much strength within us that we just never let out, because we're not taught about these things at school. We are taught, ABC, 1, 2, 3, and all of these other life skills no one knows about. And you think that when you're an adult, you're just a finished product. You don't have to develop anymore. But when you hit self-doubt, or when you think you can't get to that next promotion, or you're wondering, what's missing? Should I get another degree? Should I get another diploma? Should I get another certificate of some kind? I think it's self-development that is needed. And when you learn those things, everything, you can unlock everything, just like you're saying now.
Were you able to step in and visualize yourself speaking on the stage?
Yeah.
And you don't have to share it, but like, were you able, are you clear about what you want to talk about, or not yet?
Not crystal clear,
Okay.
but it's getting there.
Yeah. And do you mind if I ask, what are your head voices?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure people are feeling exactly the same thing.
What the voice is stopping me?
Yeah.
Of course, who am I to talk about this? And also, really, is that all you've got to say? Because I think when we know something, or when we've lived it, it becomes easy and second nature. And so sometimes I think when people express interest in what I say, part of me is very happy, but part of me is also thinking, really?
Yeah.
You think that's something?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a huge one. It's like, is that really going to be interesting for people, or is that really needed for people to hear this message or this story? And and I know where you're coming from with that, because I had that issue myself. It's like, who am I to be talking about these things? Who am I to be, teaching people to awaken their voice? Who am I to be, telling these stories, which sort of seem kind of boring in my own life, or something, I don't know, or something like that in my mind, and yet it's exactly in that moment what somebody else might need to hear. And so the sharing of our voice and our stories is so important. Great. So what can you do to hold that energetic charge? Like, if you had to give a number between 1 and 10, say 1 is not so high energy charge, and 10 being the highest, what, you walking out, feeling yourself walk onto the stage and speaking, even though you're not 100% clear on what yet, what's the energetic charge of that?
I think that's at maybe an 8.
Okay, so it's good.
Yeah. So and I found this sitting down, because I am very much in my head, but now sitting down and just stilling myself, that really was a spark for me. And I go, I just need to open my eyes and start writing now, because that was a great way to unlock a flow in me.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So holding that energetic charge, and this is for everybody, it's just that little moment where you got that visualization, or just that energetic feeling. It's almost like a little, electric charge. And did it bring a little bit of joy, Charlotte?
Oh yes, yeah,
lot of joy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Still, there's a big step into doing it. I can see myself do it. I can feel the joy. I don't feel the fear, but it takes a big measure of courage to step into it. Still,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So going back and just sitting in that energy of that huge joy, because I can even see everyone see Charlotte light up when she, like, suddenly, you know, you're like, "Oh, yes, I can see it, I can feel it, and it feels like, yeah, your whole face is smiling, and it's like, that is the truth. That
yeah,
is like, it just, there is nothing more true than that in this moment. You have to go and talk about this stuff, and it will reveal itself. But you know that you've just got to stay in that charge and just keep coming back to that. And if you do that as an exercise, you know, every day,
yeah,
just spend some time going, let me go back to that feeling. Oh yes, there's the joy.
yeah,
Stay in the joy. Remind yourself, remind your body, and then before you know it, the courage is emerging. It's emerging,
yeah,
emerging.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, thank you.
And Steph, did you have your hand up? No? Does anybody want to share their dream? You don't have to. Tibor? Yeah, great.
I think I'm unmuted now.
There you go. We can hear you.
So what I want to say is that as a child growing up, I would go to the movies and I would watch these actors on the screen, and I would look at these actors on the screen and I would think to myself, oh my God, that is so cool. I'd love to do that, just to be like that, to be as cool as that, as natural as that, just to be like those actors on the screen. And, you know, I had that idea in my mind for a long time, actually. And eventually somebody actually, you know, said to me, you should study acting. So I started studying acting. And then I got to a point where I actually just, all I wanted to do was be on stage. And so then I managed to be on stage. And in fact, I managed to, you know, be part of a musical play. And I found that to be something which was so uplifting. For the first time in my life, I actually felt what it feels like for something, or to have an experience of joy. And so then after that, I was actually in a couple of other musicals and a couple of other stage plays, and then something, well, I felt, okay, well, I've done that now.
Yeah.
And so like where do I go next? And is there more to this? And if so, what? And the other, because along the way, I actually became very, what I really was aiming to actually achieve in my life was to become a totally free, animated personality. Does that make any sense to anybody? In other words, to be totally spontaneous, to be totally animated, to be totally intuitive, to be just having a good time being me. And, you know, in many ways, I feel I've actually got there. But now it's a case of, okay, well, I've still got, well, you know, I haven't passed away yet. So obviously there's more time in front of me. So now what do I do next? And quite frankly, as I mentioned last week, that I wanted to actually sing solo rather than with a couple of other people, which is what I have been doing. And to be able to sing solo and hold the stage singing solo. And And then what comes up for me as a result of that is, well, I'm not ready, not capable. But actually, what I've come to understand about myself is that I have this belief about myself that I am not worthy of being capable, that capable.
And
Sure, I can get by,
People, can I just say the block seems to be with the singing.
with the singing.
Hmm. Because and sorry, I know T-Ball 'cause he's had some lessons with me, and so like, could everybody just see when he was talking about the acting on the stage, did you all feel that joy, like the acting?
Mm.
Did you feel that too? Did you feel that, Tibor, that there was like this spark that lit up?
Well,
Like when
yes,
you
that's I
talked about,
always, yes, I do feel that. Yes,
yes,
yes, yeah.
yes, yes, yes,
Um,
yes. So before you go on, so so with your singing, I want you to come back to that. Try using that as a way to keep your joy meter up with performing, because there's there's something about the singing that you seem to think that you're not worthy of that, but you're worthy of acting, perhaps. That's just what I'm intuitively picking up and having known you as well. Does that resonate?
yes, when it actually comes to singing, I mean, I've actually had, I think that I reckon I've done okay, but I've also had a couple of people tell me that, oh, look, well, you don't sing all that well,
Yeah. And
can you
that
sing it? You can't even, well, I've even had a person tell me that I can only sing in tune sometimes.
and that's the block that I'm talking about. So can everyone just feel the joy meter go boop, 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 boop? Yeah. Yeah. And that's so they're those voices, they're the negative voices outside of you. They're not even your own voices. They're the voices of everybody else. And if you hold the charge on those outside voices, that's what you're just going to keep believing, that you're not, you're not good enough to sing. So you now have to make a choice, and just think about this. Don't talk, think about it, because I want this to sink in on the inside. Just, we make a choice to keep listening to those voices and stay in that fear of singing and awakening that dream and making it come alive and just being on the stage and having a go and doing the best you can because you love it, and it's such a way that your soul is yearning to be expressed. Yeah. And you just stay in that the love of it by not listening to those voices. Is that just a yes or no? Just a yes or no I want from you. Is that possible for you to feel into that just in this moment?
Yes.
Great. So just feel. And everyone can do this for yourself in your own dream. Just feel. Thank you for sharing, T-Ball. Just feel into that. So what is the truth? The body has told you that you want this. The gift is there. The skills are there. The talent is there. The joy is there. The love is there. The truth is there. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I can, I can say the same thing, that mine was the opposite, because I was always told I was a great singer, but I remember once an agent told me I wasn't such a great actress, and that stayed with me a long time. I did not believe I was an actress. and I didn't put myself out there. Just because of that one comment. I robbed myself of that of me living out that dream for a long time. Or not enjoying it when I did it because I was self-conscious of the fact that I wasn't good. Can everyone feel that? Like it's that one moment in time where someone plants something in us and we hold on to it. We hold on to it. And then our joy meter is vroom, right down. So the exercise is to stay really attached to the spark. And if you have to even liken it to the spark you felt with the acting, then that's a practice that you can do every day. Because we can't change what people have said to us. I can't change if somebody thinks that I'm not a great actress. I can't change that. But all I can do is just keep acting because I love it. That's all I can really do, make the choice. Beautiful. Does anybody else just want to share? Just even something quick? You can. If not, that's fine.
I would like to share just quickly.
Yeah, thanks, Steph.
I really related to what you said before about the whole singing thing. Like, as you know, I haven't performed on stage for like the last 2 years, but I've spent most of my like 20s, my teens, and my like child years on stage. And so not being able to be on stage or be a part of any kind of band in the last 2 years, and also not having regular singing lessons as I have for the last million years, I've suddenly become very self-conscious that I've lost my technique, and that I am no longer capable of doing what I've been able to do up until now. And I think it has gotten in the way of me being, I think that kind of belief that I've allowed to kind of like sit in me has really kind of blocked my abilities, I guess, to kind of do what I've been doing and what I love. And it's taken, I guess, the joy out of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really get what you just said.
Thanks for sharing, Steph. So what does this mean for you? What did you learn in answering some of those questions?
Yeah.
What does this mean for you? What do you have to do to believe in the dream? What came
I
up?
think for me, it means that um, it means that I have to be quite aware of those voices that are telling me that I'm no longer capable, I don't have any more vocal technique or strength, I've lost my abilities, and I'm nowhere near where I used to be. That I have to kind of put those voices in a box far away and I have to actually start believing in the fact that God has given me this gift, and if He didn't want me to use it, then He wouldn't have put it there in the first place.
Mm.
And so I think I have to really trust in that truth,
Yeah.
rather than all of my own kind of
Yeah.
thoughts.
So Steph, just close your eyes, and everyone can do this too, just to kind of feel through this with you, with her. And maybe it somehow relates to you. So just everybody just coming home back into your body. So could everybody just feel, as Steph was so bravely sharing and being so open in this moment, you could feel that there was stress or strain or resistance or whatever word you want to use, but just in being in those, talking about those thoughts. And then wherever our attention is what will tend to manifest. So bring the attention into the body. And where are you in your body, Steph?
Probably in my heart space.
Good. So be in your heart, and everybody else just feel into the body where you're at, and any negative thoughts that you've been having about your dreams. And in that part of your body, what is the truth? So just ask your body about your vocal technique. Have you lost your vocal technique? Is it there? So go right to the core of your heart, right into the core of your heart.
Can I add something?
Yep. Quickly.
I think I just felt that like you never like truly lose the technique. Like you'll never truly
Exactly.
lose it altogether.
Good. There you go. There's the truth. So have you lost anything?
Then no.
There you go. And if I was to say to you, Steph, I want you to step on stage right now in your absolute element. And I want you to just open your heart and sing to this audience and express the deepest part of yourself right now. Would you be able to show up and do that with your gifts, your genius, and your skills?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Good. Feel that. Everyone feel into that yes. There's the joy. Can you feel that little spark, Steph?
Yeah.
Good. Stay with that. And everyone just let it get bigger. And I know some of you have got your own little dream going on here, watching yourself on stage or presenting your voice, your art, your creativity, your music, your songs. I can see it in all of you right now. Your voice, your stories. Oh, your absolute wisdom and knowledge and inner genius. Just let that expand. Feel that expand inside your chest, your heart. Oh, until it becomes bigger. And I want you to all ask yourself right now, what is the truth for you right now? Because the body knows the truth is there. And then you ask yourself, am I going to move forward and express myself in this way? Could be a big step, could be a little step. And sometimes the big step seems big, but it's not that big. So is everyone just feeling the spark and the joy open? Like I'm feeling it quite present. Yeah, there's some smiles here. There's some nodding here. Yeah, beautiful. So this is the spark. This is it. Every chance you have to come back to this very moment right here. The truth, the absolute truth. Can I write amazing songs? Yes. That people want to hear? Yes. Can I walk on the stage or into a room and just share my voice, share my story, share my knowledge, my wisdom, the genius of who I am? Yes. Can I sing my heart out? Yes. Can I create amazing things, art, or anything? Yes. So can I just hear a yes? Great. Yes. Yes. That's the truth. There's no other choice to make. And I'm just going to finish by saying there is no other choice. There is no other choice. We create this drama in our life that, oh, I must choose not to do that. I'm just going to say it right now. That's just bullshit. It's not even true. Like, we create that choice. Walk onto the stage and share your voice. Walk into the room. Show your creativity. Just put it out there because that's the truth. And it needs to come out. Great. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, where are we? You can unmute yourself. With your dream, what's happening? Dan's a 10. Yeah. Steph?
Please did 8, 9, 8, 9.
9, 9. I love it, Steph. A 9 is creeping in. I love it. You're getting even closer.
Yeah.
Steph, where are you?
10.
Yay. Yay. Tibor?
9.5.
9.5?
Yes, 9.5. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Great. Beautiful. Barb?
Between 8 and 10.
Beautiful. Ah, that's great. Wonderful. Yeah. So, if I would just love to, just thank you so much for being here, and, just to finish up, I just, ask if you've got a few minutes, because I just want to share with you what, you know, a mini program that I'm offering. So, have you all got a moment just to stay? And, it would be the opportunity to dive in further. So on December the 1st, can you all see that okay?
Mhm.
So on December the 1st, I'm actually offering my Awaken Your Voice mini course. And for those that don't know, I run a 7-week, quite intense program where we dive deeply into all of these sorts of things that we've been talking about tonight, and we go even further. And what I'm offering just to end the year is a mini version of the course where I'm going to take you through some of the key foundational practices of the Awaken Your Voice course. And we will meet on December 1st, December 8th, and December 15th. And really, it's about how to be courageously fully expressed when it matters most. So if you want this dream to come alive, we will dive in deeper and keep exploring and keep shifting whatever blocks you, and come out feeling like you're able to step into that dream. You're able to step out and show up and be a larger version of yourself, that you're able to make impact and be a person of influence, and to bring purpose and meaning to your life and what you want to share and communicate with the world. So if you feel that there's something that's still stuck or struggling, or I don't know, I'm still sitting on the fence, I'm not quite, I'm still 9.5, but I want the next 0.5 to get to a 10. Or if you're like me, you want to be like 15 out of 10, that's because that's me, that's like what I like to do. Then you'll want to dive in a little bit further, and just go, what else is there, what else do I need to clear away, what other parts of myself do I need to clear away and reprogram, so I stop going to the same old patterns that I've had, and that gets me across the line to go from 8 out of 10 to 10 out of 10. Okay, so this course will give you those key foundational practices and give you more opportunity to dive in and explore that. So some of the questions are here. Are you tired of seeing less talented people than you have greater success in you, or just have the bravery and courage to get up on stage and tell their story when you don't? Or are you still struggling to express yourself freely with but am I still telling myself that I don't have what it takes and I shouldn't? Do you want to be set on the creative path to attract more of what you want, and in any area of your life? Like, it doesn't matter whether it's to do with your artistic creativity, or it's personal relationships, career, or just even being able to ask for what you're worth, and being able to to earn also the income that you'd like to from the work that you want to be doing. And just to ask yourself the question, is this costing you? What is this costing you personally or professionally to not be living your dream? So if you answered yes to any of these questions, then by joining the Awaken Your Voice mini course on December 1st, we're going to dive in so that you can learn to thrive in these dreams, and not just have them sitting on the back burner and hoping and thinking, oh, maybe one day. Like, to really have that clarity, certainty, and courage to step into it, and to start making the change that you want to make, to clear yourself of setbacks and fears and any panic and your negative self-talk that may hold you back, and get you unstuck. So this is really to know who you are when in your power, what you really want, what stops you from expressing it, and how to courageously change that. We'll meet every Wednesday night from 7:30 to 9 p.m. for 3 weeks, December 1st, 8th, and 15th. And we will run through some more specific tools and practices in learning how to dissolve that self-sabotaging mind, the negative mind chatter, the negative self-doubt. So you can actually have tools and skills to show up with a great magnetism and a great presence as well. Yeah, so it's not just, oh, letting go of my fears, but it's like, oh, how do I actually stand on stage in my presence and confidence and be able to communicate in a really masterful way, but a way that attracts the attention that you do want. Yeah. And here's some of the things that some of my clients have said. Some people, Kathy said that if you want to look for your bigger questions, then it's a great way to be able to answer some of those bigger questions in your life. Stephanie, yeah, said that she never had the courage to speak up for herself, and to express herself openly, and as a result of having done my course, she actually just ended up with a job promotion at work because she was suddenly showing up and showing up in her skill and her genius and her brilliance, and her light was shining more, and so she actually ended up getting a job promotion, which she was so rapt about. And I know Jade, one of my clients, Jade, was really petrified to get up on stage, and she had a dream of always being on a singer, and she was quite confident speaking, but she was afraid to sing. And now she's performing. She's been performing in some events that I've been putting on, and she never thought that she would do that. So these are the sort of things that you can learn to overcome. And at the moment, I'm offering a really amazing deal. So I only do this once a year at Christmas time. You won't see this type of offer through the year. So the 3 weeks is valued at $497. But I'm offering a crazy Christmas special, and all you have to do is pay $147, and you can do the 3-week course. And as an added bonus, if you want, you can bring someone for free. So that means that you can gift it to somebody else, or you can even split the cost again, which makes it next to nothing to turn up. So if that's something that you would like to do, that opportunity is there too. Plus, if you book by November the 19th, as an end of year bonus, okay, you will receive also a free 30-minute coaching session with me. So during that 3-week course, you'll have an opportunity to connect in with me and to go a little bit, deeper or a little bit more personal into anything that might be coming up for you. So this is an amazing opportunity. I'm virtually giving this away for nothing because there's a lot of value there. And as I said, this is just something I offer once a year, and it's a Christmas special, and I'm happy to do it if you want to join me. But if you want to get that bonus free session, you have to book by the end of tomorrow. Okay, so thank you so much. All you have to do is register on this link here. So what I'll do is I will pop this into the chat, and I'll also shoot it through on an email, and you can have a look at that. Whoops. There you go. So the link is in the chat box if you want to click on that link, and it's a great opportunity to go, okay, how do I want to start 2022? Okay, am I really going to start stepping into this dream and start showing up in a larger way, in a more meaningful way than I have before? So this is a chance to clear the slate and to really dissolve, anything that holds you back, or maybe it's just also for you to just find that extra courage to start to be able to step into what you really want to present to the world or express in yourself, and putting your dreams out there and your personal expression out there, and have some skills, to be able to know, how do I stand on stage in confidence, or how do I communicate this in a way that feels authentic and truthful. And that's fundamentally what the Awaken Your Voice course is about. So in the 3 weeks, we'll be covering more about the embodiment practices and going deeper into communicating from a deeper place, so that you don't feel scared to communicate, and you also feel how to really connect with people in a more authentic and powerful way. And we will be diving into more about the fears as well, and we will be also bringing up more heart's desire, and really exploring that as well, and any emotional stuff that might come up as well. So it's a chance to be in a beautiful sacred space, in a circle, to be held in that space with each other, and to keep diving in, and awakening everything that you want for yourself. So thank you so much. I hope that some of you, I know some of you have already taken advantage of that offer, and thank you for signing up. So please, for that price, again, it's just a Christmas thing that I do. And so if you want to take advantage of that offer at the moment, please do. And by midnight tomorrow night to get that extra bonus as well. So I'm quite happy. It'll be very small. It'll be maybe similar to this. I'm not sure. Yeah. So it just depends. I don't know how many people are going to sign up, but I never have really large groups or anything like that. Yeah, and it gives everybody an opportunity to share, or to bring some personal things to the surface as well. So you can get a little bit of laser coaching as well in those sessions.
Yeah.
But it's a really great taster, like to get, okay, what is at the core of my full Awaken Your Voice program, which won't be running until February next year. So it gives you a chance to experience that in a sort of circle, like situation like this, and we'll be meeting online for those 3 weeks. So yeah, I'm just happy to stay on the line for if anybody's got any questions, or if anybody wants to share anything just to conclude tonight. But what I really want to say is thank you so much for sharing. It's expressing from your truth and from your heart isn't always the easiest thing to do, and so I really thank you, and I'm really grateful that you also openly shared and expressed your dreams tonight. And my prayer for you all is that you all go out and keep that spark and that charge alive, and go out and follow your dreams, no matter what. So I'm happy to answer any questions if anyone's got anything they want to ask me. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that would be fine. Yeah. So I will, I usually do record the sessions, but it's better that you're there in person when you can. So yeah, I would not recommend signing up for this. Yeah, just watching all the sessions. So yeah, that would absolutely work. Yeah. I can definitely send you that link. Any more questions? No? Great. Okay, so thank you so much. You can always thank you everyone. You can reach out to me. Thank you. You can
Thank you,
reach out to
Danielle.
me.
Thanks.
Good night.
My pleasure. And thanks for joining tonight. And just reach out to me if you've got anything you think of in the meantime. So love and blessings to you all.
Good night.
Yes.
Hope to
Thank
see
you.
you
Bye.
soon.
Bye bye.
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 Bye-bye.